Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for our little mini kind of tournamenty thing that we do for some multiplayer racing, because I've not thought of a better name for it than that. For this one, we are going racing with some A-class cars. Now this is from the modern sports car category. Now they're going to be raced on tarmac-only races, so the majority are likely to be running slicks. You might try something different. I think there are a couple of cars running on rally tyres. Rally tyres still give you quite good grip on tarmac, but they're a lot less PI than the slicks, so you'll be faster in a straight line. I've gone for full slicks. I think there's a large mixture of semi-slicks and a couple of us on full slicks. I've gone for full slicks on a 370Z with a supercharged engine. We're going to be a little bit down on power. I think to some of them we're definitely not going to be the fastest thing in a straight line, but I'm hoping it's going to handle well. I haven't gone for Forza Aero. This has been kind of the way I've gone with cars. A-Class, you might want to go for the... I'm figuring this is going to be a good handling car. The Aero is going to kill my top speed completely, so I'm going to compromise that little aspect of the build. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. We start off on pole, so that's always nice. We've got Stevie alongside with a Porsche, and we will fire our car off the line and see who's got power and see who has grip. BMW is a little faster starting than we are, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Here comes an Alpine. That's going to go through. Will it have any grip when we get to the corner? Not as much as the 370. Now I've got as big a rear tyres as I can get on this thing. The hope is I can just jump on the throttle and it will be all good. BMW is in the fence a little bit through there. Looking for a way past. We've definitely got pace on it at this part of the circuit. Oh, we lost the back end over the crest. I'm really glad the Beamer was slow through there, because I was going to be in trouble a little bit as my car was sliding around. Okay, we'll run it into this next corner. That's a little too deep through there, although the Porsche also ran a smidge wide as well. Oh, Glisker's missed a checkpoint. That's unfortunate for them as we head across the start-finish line. Bloody hell. Okay, I'll take it back. We're quick in a straight line. We're quicker than the Porsche, that's for sure. Jesus, this thing can shift. Are we flat through turn one? Yep. Yes, we are. I like this car. I like this car a lot. The reason why I chose this, I was tempted to run the new Audi TT that came to the game recently. It is in this category. The reason I'm actually running the 370Z is a while ago when we ran one of these events, I drove a 350Z that was complete garbage. Now, you'll never have seen it because it was terrible, and the video will never see the light of day. It was not a fast car, and I had a lot of very boring races. That's why the video never saw the light of day. I don't mind races where I'm not winning as long as I'm having interesting battles in them. That's the bit that matters. A race where I drive around on my own all the time, boring. And yeah, it was just such a terrible car, so I'm trying to, avenge, but yeah, we're going with a 370 this time, see if I can do better. And the answer is, well, we're currently buggering off at the front. I think partly because my car is good, and partly because they all fell over each other in this sort of turn 3 area that we're coming to on the previous lap. So, yeah, you put that together, and it does give me a nice... We started on pole at the end of the day. In these, because they're quite short races that we run, the grid's random, we have no control over how the grid is sorted, but if you start on pole, it's quite a nice advantage, really. You can run away and stay out of trouble. You just don't get slowed down in the fights and the squabbles that you see sometimes. Where's Stevie? Stevie has gone completely all the way down. I think Stevie may have missed a checkpoint as well. So that has made my life, made my life a little bit easier. Not that I think the Porsche is going to struggle to do much against us. It's that far down in terms of straight line speed, which does surprise me. Apparently the lack of aero is not hindering us here. This thing is pretty damn rapid, and it's good through the corners. The back end is stuck to the road, which is what I like, and we can carry a lot of speed around these turns. Glisker, we saw Glisker miss a checkpoint at the start. I'm not sure what they're driving. We'd expect they'll probably be competing with us at some point in the future races. But, I mean, the main thing I'll do here is don't hit the wall on the outside. Maybe somebody, that's also another possible thing that can happen on this circuit. Hit the wall on the outside, and if the car at sort of second place hits the wall and creates a mini roadblock, very easily done at this sort of track. We're just going to not do anything dumb, really. Don't miss a checkpoint. We've got a big lead. There's no reason to do anything too stupid. I mean, you don't want to try and... You don't want to slow down too much. You find yourself sort of falling out of a rhythm if you back off too much. And I mean, we have got a decent-sized lead, but... Yeah, you don't want to do anything too ridiculous. But equally, yeah, you don't want to go miss a checkpoint because you're just taking it easy and not really paying attention. It's a dumb... I say it's a dumb thing. It happens in real motorsport as well. Like, if you have a decent-sized lead after pushing quite hard and then go to kind of back off the pace, it's actually quite easy to make mistakes doing that because it's just you change the rhythm of what you were doing. So, yeah, we will stick with what we know. Mindful of the curbs. The curbs are nasty around this track. The bumps, I mean, the car wants to spin the wheels up a little bit across these bumps. I mean, I'm pretty sure it jumped actually over the curb, which will explain why it wants to spin the wheels up. We will head into this final, quite nasty sort of tightening corner. And put the power down on the exit. We will run our way to a victory in race number 1. It's a convincing, very convincing victory for the Nissan. It's an alarmingly convincing victory for the Nissan. That track was good for us. Although I think helped massively. Like, we were flattered, I think, by the rest of the pack falling over one another in the early stages of that one. Yeah, I mean, the Exige is not that far down in terms of lap time. So, yeah, we had a good lead. Everyone fell over each other a little bit fighting, so we could just stay about 5 seconds down the road. It's a good start. It is a very good start for the 370Z. We are off to the Estadio circuit for our next race, and the game is being very kind to me. I'm not used to this. It's weird. The game's not normally so nice to me. I'll take a second place on the grid for now. But it's going to punish me at some point, whether it's in this adventure or whether it's in the next one. I am not sure. However, yeah, we will see. We should be strong again. We should be strong around this circuit. I don't see why not. We will give battle to the Exige. Now, we're not going to be as fast off the line as the Audi. We saw the BMW out-tracked us last time as well. I don't think there are going to be many all-wheel drive converted cars, but there are a couple of TTs around the place, so they're just all-wheel drive from standard. I don't think, with the PI that we're working to, I doubt you would bother all-wheel drive converting many of the vehicles. Oops, someone has missed a checkpoint. We're all still in ghost mode. Right, so what are we up against as the dust kind of settles? The Alpine's got some straight line speed. The Lotus has got good turn-in, however, probably doesn't quite have the straight line speed of some of the other cars. How brave can we be through here? The Alpine's going to run wide through there. Yep. I was preparing for that sort of cut back to the inside as we go chasing after that Exige through this very slow section. This is another track I do thoroughly enjoy. It's kind of an interesting mix of corners in that final section there, completely different almost to the rest of the track. So RX-8 does not have the straight line speed of the Nissan. Neither does the Exige. We're going barreling off towards the Lotus. But we will have to be a little earlier on the brakes perhaps. I mean, we're heavier than quite a few of the cars here with 3,200 pounds, which, okay, isn't crazy heavy for a car, but in this field it will be. We're going to be one of the heavier vehicles. I haven't done any weight reduction on this. Again, I chose to use my PI to go for a few power upgrades. And, I mean, it seems to be working, although we get a load of understeer through there. We will have to slow ourselves down. We're a little off, out of sync, out of sorts through there. We bump the curb. The curbs do kind of fire this car around a little bit. I think partly because I'm running this on race suspension, maybe. I mean, I'm normally running the vehicles on rally. I'm normally building compromise builds, if you like. We'll bobble some more curbs. through there, so maybe that makes it feel worse in this car, possibly. It's good a reason as any, sorry. And we can pull a gap, we can let the Lotus fight with the RX-8. If you want to fight the RX-8, I am all okay with that one. Because you can cost each other a bunch of time and just sort of let me do my thing. There's a good fight going on behind in that pack of cars. Bliska's involved, Stevie I think is involved in all that that big group. Looks like the Alpine is actually now up into second place. That thing's not too... It looks pretty quick, doesn't look like the easiest thing in the world to drive. I would say the 370Z is... I'm actually playing it a little bit safe on those curves. If I was in a battle, I probably wouldn't be giving them that wider a berth. I don't want to do, again, don't do something stupid and miss a checkpoint. However, we might have to start being a little more aggressive over that sort of section. Oop, if the Alpine comes to try and chase us down. Yeah, this is a wonderfully straightforward car to drive. It's a bit understeery, back end is pretty well stuck to the road. The only criticism, see, if you haven't seen lots of my videos, I do tend to like my cars to understeer a little bit more. Well, I don't like a car that has the back end sliding around all the time. I want the back end of my car stuck on the road. It's just the way I've always preferred my cars to be set. And the trade-off of that is you often get a bit of understeer. Now, that's fine by me. It's just my driving style has always worked like that, so I don't mind that whatsoever. And this, you know, works for that. The back end is pretty consistent, aside from over the curbs where it's a little bit sketchy. But yeah, the trade-off, you do get a little bit of understeer. It won't be for everyone's liking. They've all started fighting over second place, so we have done the same thing as we did in the first race and vanished. Oh yeah, the Alpine's fallen back, so they're having a huge squabble over that second place. And we got again. Oh, Gliska's missed a checkpoint again. It's not gone well for Gliska here. We're on to the final lap of the race with the Nissan. Let's just not... Again, it's just a case of let's not do anything stupid, really, with the car. We will run it through these first corners, sensibly enough. There, the back end slid just a tiny bit. Like, you can still slide this car if you really chuck it about. I mean, 430 horsepower. Yes, it's got big, slick tyres, but that's still enough to spin up the wheels if you're a real idiot with the car. I'm not sure what vehicle's in second now. I don't know why I lifted through there. We will be fine. Let's just, again, avoid the curve. Don't do anything silly. Don't run any unnecessary risks, you know. Don't think there are any curbs that kind of spin the cars like there was in Horizon 4, but... we know this car doesn't really like them, so there's no reason to risk it. We will cruise our way through these final couple of corners, run to the line. I think it might be Exige battles going on in second, possibly. The RX-8 is quite on well, actually. It's still up in fourth. That's probably not a great track for the RX-8, although it will be good in a couple of zones with all the grip it has. But across the line, we'll take victory number 2. For the 370Z. Again, I mean, helped by a good spot on the grid. It was quick when it needed to be. Lap times were close again. I mean, they are all very close. The Exige, the TT, not so far away. Neither really was the RX-8. Why was an AI there going the wrong way? What? You saw that, right? In the background? Just random AI? Just, who knows? However, victory number 2 is ours with the Nissan. We head on to our next race. It looks like we're not going to be on the front row this time. We're still quite a long way up, though. Game is being weirdly kind. We're starting from fourth. Lookout Circuit might not be the strongest track for my car, actually. If we are a little bit down on grip to some of the other vehicles, it's more, we're just heavier than the Exiges and stuff. Yeah, this probably won't be our strongest circuit. That being said, though, we will still be quick enough down the straights. If we can get ahead, we'll probably be difficult to overtake. Now, the Audis are going to launch well. They are going to have good traction. After the initial launch, doesn't really matter the four-wheel drive. There's no dirt races for this. There's none of that to worry about. So that traction benefit, maybe the slow corners, it's going to help, but there aren't many of those. There's not many of those, for example, where I'm struggling for traction, shall we say. But we will see. We will see how it all goes. This is where we have got the advantage over the cars ahead. should clear the RX-8 before the braking zone. We might even get the Exige as well. Oh, BMW did not want to be flat through there. Oh, God, everybody's around there. Now, this is the bit that I might struggle with. This slower section is where the cars with more grip are going to prevail, the RX-8 being one of them. The Exige ahead is struggling. That makes me think it's not on slick tyres. It's got lots of straight-line speed, but the fact that it struggles so much through that section suggests it may well not be a slick-tyred Exige. You know, it's a brave way to go. It's been quick, no doubt about it. In some of the previous races, it's been quick, so it's not a bad option, that car. It might be a little bit more along the lines of my vehicle. Oh, we've got some understeer through there. Not sure what we've got behind us. Can we go chase down an Audi? We've got the Mercedes. Can we chase down that TT? Now, that was pretty fast in the previous race. That lap time, I think, was about 10 quicker than mine. We're definitely quicker than it down the straights. Oh, but the straight is just not long enough for us. Now, the TT will be good out of these corners in theory. It should be good because this is the slowest corner on the track, although we have reeled it in a little bit here. Maybe don't put wheels on. Yes, you see, the all-wheel drive is just not necessary there. I am flat out in second gear and there's no wheel spin from the 370, so the all-wheel drive just doesn't benefit the Audi. The TT's probably not that much lighter than I am, really. Do we handle better than the Audi? It's pretty similar. Last time around we got some understeer through here. Being a little bit more cautious. The Audi struggling in a similar way. Okay, we're lining it up now. This lap around... Oh, actually pulled it a little too far to the right there to really get a good run down here, so we're not going to be close enough to have a dive. We are maybe a smidge better under brakes than the Audi, although I'm a little wide through this next part. Where are we going to find a pass? It's going to be this final section, I should think, if we're going to do it. That time around we got some wheel spin. Oh, typical. I had to say something previous lap. That was karma getting me. I had to say something about the vehicle not sliding around, and now we've got an RX-8 company. We know that's got great grip through the twisty sections. We've got none of the straight line speed that me and the Audi enjoy. Glister's come to join the party as well with an Alpine that will, I imagine, have quite a lot of grip. Whoa, we're going to go very close to the wall. The RX-8 is going to look, but it's not going to be able to match the power of the 370 as we pull up the hill. But we're way too far back to do anything about the Audi here. The Audi's a little wide though on the run in. This could be a very interesting final lap. I've got to not spin the wheels up here. Because we can not spin the wheels up. The Audi's had a little bit of a scruffy end to this lap, which is out wide in one critical corner. We've really closed in. The Alpine's here as well. All three of us are nose to tail. Come on, Nissan, you can do this. We out-drag the two behind us. Audi very similar to us in terms of straight line speed. Where do we find a way past? It's kind of turn one. It's sort of a never-ending corner, this one. We're both struggling a little bit for understeer. The Audi turned in a bit better this time around, although it's wide on the exit here. Brushes the wall. Oh, it brushes the wall. I thought it was going to cross more to the inside. I tried to sneak around the outside. It's a drag race up the hill now. We're going to swap a little bit more paint as we go side by side with that TT. Who dare brake latest? Oh, the Audi's going to hold us out wide. We've still got some speed. No, we're not going to be able to do it. Not got the grip. The Alpine might get me if we're not careful here. The Alpine might get both of us if we're not careful. The Alpine's had a dive to the inside. If Glister can get the power down, I think Glister is going to do it. We're going to end up out wide, and we might end up off the podium in the end of all that. We slide the car. Oh dear, it's a drag race to the line. Glister's going to do it. It was worth a try. I thought I might have had just enough grip to stick to the outside of the Audi, and if I had, it would have been the inside for the next corner. The problem was we didn't. We just washed out a little bit through there, and yeah, couldn't find a way. Couldn't get it back in to into the right place. Glister did a great job of making a double pass to take victory at the death there. The RX-8 sneaking past me. Stevie was catching with the Porsche as well. That was a wonderful, wonderful battle. We head to the Plaza circuit for our next race. I'm not sure if we're a fair way back. I'm not sure my car's going to be quite as well suited to this track as some of the other vehicles. The rain is going to make things potentially interesting. The Audis will like this one a little bit. Not that rain has the biggest effect in Horizon. It makes a little difference, but it's not the biggest effect. Yeah, we're going to see what we can do around here. There are some straights. It really does seem like my car's strength is the straight line speed in relative terms. I mean, this is not a power build by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have the straight line speed to some of the vehicles around. I guess maybe low drag is what's doing it for me. And the trade-off is that, well, there are cars better than me in the corners, and you know, that's fine. That's what it is at the moment. We will try and pick our way through the pack as and when we can. Oh, everyone's just about ghost mode now. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Starting from the back of the field is always difficult anyway, especially when we've not made up any positions from ghost mode. We're going to try and be sneaky here and grab a few. That should be us over to ninth. I didn't really want to go into the back of the Beamer, but I wanted to make sure I cleared the BRZ before we got into the corner proper. Can I? Nope. Do anything down here? I cannot, although we will duck underneath. Finding some traction still. It's not too bad on the traction front, considering the conditions and everything. Gliska's taking the lead with that Alpine. That is a BMW struggling with braking and understeer. Going to visit a wall. We've got an Exige for company. We know that's the grippy Exige that we have behind us, not the fast straight line speed Exige. We're going to get a fair bit of understeer through here. Now we can open up the taps a little bit on our car. We'll be half decent speed through this next section. Pull a little gap to the Lotus if we can. Carefully does it around this final corner. Don't get caught out. Don't get caught out with street furniture either if we can help it. Yeah, I mean, I think Gliska's gone at the front and it's such a big gap already that even if we had a faster car, I think we'd struggle to do much about just the gap, let alone all the traffic between us. Oh, don't put a rear wheel on a curb through there. That is sketchy as anything. I'll take out the street furniture there because at least I got my car turned in. We might have lost a little bit of momentum, but still. The Alpine's in the wall on the inside. Hoping I can make the most of this. We should be able to. We know that Alpine's got good straight line speed. Probably doesn't have the grip. Indeed, it doesn't. Little bit of a funky line to be on, though. That is the downside. Good cutback from the Alpine to regain the position. Although it's going to struggle through the next corner, we'll take it back again. That puts us up into a 6th place. So we can see 3rd place with the Audi. That's the TT we were racing last time. Yes, and Gliska leads with their Alpine. It's the Exige in 2nd. We're hopefully going to join this battle for 3rd. Oh, the RX-8 there got a big bounce on the outside curb. The outside curb is sketchy as anything. Have come across it a few times in various races. You've got to be careful with it. We are going to avoid understeering into a wall if at all possible. We do. Alright, let's go chasing off after whoever we can get pretty much at this point. Stevie is in trouble out wide off a curb. Oh! We're in a little bit of trouble with Stevie. Stevie just ends up in a weird place from the curb, and I'm committed, and that's just where the kind of cart wanders. We will get to the inside, and we will take that place away. We might struggle, though, to do much about the RX-8. I don't know if we've got the car to do much here. We will get on the brakes, try and fend off any cars that might be having a look for a way past. No, Porsche and Mercedes behind us. Not quite close enough to do anything. Oh, street furniture is not. It doesn't seem to really be affecting us too much. Porsche's got a good run. He's going to look to the inside there. We'll give it room. We'll get the speed on the exit of the corner. Maintain our 5th place. Slow down for this next one. These curves are a bit of a problem for my car. Porsche is still looking for a way back past. I've got to make sure I get the checkpoint, which we do. Oh, back in. Almost let go there. Sorry, Stevie. Didn't really intend to throw a block, but it was just I hit the curb. The car was going sideways. Just doing whatever I could to keep the damn thing under control at that point. Yeah, we're not quite as good around this sort of a circuit. It's, I say, understandable. Oh, this is where my car has kind of struggled a little bit more in the real twisty stuff, and that makes up most of this track. To be expected, really. That's okay. We've got one more lap to go. Woo! do not hit the curb. I say don't hit the curbs. I mean, I'm trying to use all of the track, you know, open up the track as much as I can, but curbs are so dangerous for this car. I don't know if anyone else here is suffering with similar handling characteristics. It does make it difficult racing around this sort of a circuit because, yeah, you really do want to be pretty much on the curbs a lot of the time. Like here, I want to use all of the road. I want to get on the power as soon as I can. All of that sort of stuff. I've got to figure out, right, is this a curb that's going to bump my car in the air? Is this a curb that's going to give me too much grief? It's just, yeah, it's a challenging track, this one. Don't dislike it in this car. As I said, it's just not quite as suited to this track as some of the other vehicles, perhaps. We will get slowed through here. Stevie's car is very good on the twisty stuff. That Porsche will catch us. It just won't... It'll catch us, but then it'll get annoyed because it catches us all the way through that twisty section. And then we go to this little faster section where the Nissan is that bit stronger. And Porsche's just not going to find a way past. There's just not going to be any room. We could defend if we felt necessary. And even if the Porsche drew alongside, we're always just going to out-drag it. See the nose behind us. Stevie's looking. We're going to outrun that car up the hill. One more corner to go here, if we can hold on through here, which we do. A little bit on the curb. Stevie, I think, maybe threw it in that corner a bit too fast. Not close enough. We were not close to the leaders, particularly in that one. We'll take a 5th place. Not too bad working our way through the field. Fun race, fun climb up through the pack. But yeah, 5th probably about as good as we're going to get. Might have been able to have a battle with the... Yeah, with the RX-8, maybe. Stevie got a very quick lap going on in there. Just got stuck in the fights a little bit. Yeah, we'll take 5th place. Gliska takes victory with that Alpine. Siege and Audi round out the podium. One more race to go. We are at the back. I feel like it's only fair. We had a lot of good spots, a lot of good starting positions early on, so yeah, this is probably fair. I've had 2 victories and Gliska's had 2 victories, so I guess whoever of us does better in this one gets the overall. This track should work for me, I would think. Our car has been quick down the straights, and this is a much faster circuit. I mean, it's not pure power, pure straight line speed, but in general, if a power car is going to work, it'll work here. This is one of the tracks where it will work at. So we'll see how it pans out. We might lose a little bit too much time in some of the twisty sections, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Ooh, that's a lot of steer through there. Don't get fooled into trying to drive the same way as Gliska's Alpine, for example. Because we're not going to be able to take the corners in the same way that that car can. It's got a little bit of lag from the BRZ. It has got more grip than I do. We're going to make our lap time up differently. We're going to outrun it down these straights. So yeah, don't try and follow it into the corners in the same way. It was massively faster than it down the straights. But we also don't want to get caught in battles. Unnecessarily, I say unnecessarily, when you come from the back of the field, you've got no choice. You're going to be in battles. And my Nissan is just not good off the line. We can't jump a lot of cars out of ghost mode. We just don't have that launch. We're going to try... Oh, I think Gliska was expecting us to go to the inside. I wanted to take a sweeping line, and I thought I could be clear of the Alpine before the corner, and I couldn't. It was a little ambitious from me there. It's not running too hot into turn 1. This is actually a really big pack of cars. It's just a smoke screen effect going on. We know Stevie's going to be struggling. That thing is not fast down the straights, that Porsche. We saw in race 1 that was struggling for straight line speed. Lag-fed is going to struggle with the RX-8 as well here. We know the Alpine is going to outbrake us, so we're going to let it do its thing. We get squeezed to the inside. I mean, Gliska's in trouble as well in this. I feel like we've got a quick car here, but it's so much traffic that we're struggling to navigate. Oh, Gliska's very unlucky. That's desperately unlucky for the Alpine. The cars were busy fighting, just didn't realise there was a car to the inside of them, and as they swept down, Gliska was on a tight line anyway going into that corner. Yeah, that was unfortunate. We're going to try and outrun the TT towards this final corner. I don't really want to be doing this again. If I can, this is what I hoped to do last time around on on Gliska would be clear by the time we got to the final corner. Can take the speed through there, you know. Right, what leads? The TT? Yeah, I think so. We will barrel into turn 1 and clear the BMW by the exit of it. Just. Only just, but we get it done. Okay, let's go chasing after the Alpine, the Exige, the RX-8. I say annoyingly, I think we've just got too much to do in this race. I think we've got too much to do and not enough laps to do it in. You never know. We're going to give it a damn good shot. We're going to win the us versus Gliska battle, though. Unlucky for Gliska, really. I think Petrol may have missed a checkpoint through there. Can we outrun an Alpine into this final corner? Not final corner, actually. Penultimate corner, I should say. To the inside. And we are up another position here. Okay, RX-8. That's our next contender. We know that's not got really any straight line speed worth speaking of. Oh, that's a lot too much understeer by me there. Where is that car? That's going to go to the outside at turn 1. Go for it. You're welcome to try. I don't think it's going to quite work, though. We've got a lot of understeer, though. Alpine may be underneath us on the exit. Not quite. Damn it, this battle is losing us time. We really want to be chasing after the RX-8, not battling here. Okay, we're a little bit clearer now of that car. The Exige is going after the TT. RX-8 was a little too late on the brakes there. I think all of us are actually closing up a little bit at the front. I think it could have been a very interesting race. Because I think I've got the pace at this track. Oh, well, not if we do that. Oh, we kicked it sideways because I got on the throttle too soon across the dirt. That is where the Audis will have a nice advantage. I was being greedy with the throttle, trying to get power down a little too soon with the wheel on the dirt, trying to be cheeky with the hairpin. Wasn't a good idea when I'm on a slick-tired rear-wheel drive car. One more lap to go to try and get the 370Z back on the podium. We won the first 2 races. We were right in the fight on the third one and fell off the podium at the death. Didn't really work at the city circuit, but this is a track where we should be fast at. And while the car is good, I'm hoping we can manage to get a podium out of it here. Where are we going to pass the RX-8? I mean, it might actually be on the run almost to the finish line where we do it. We're certainly not close enough here. We're not going to outturn the RX-8 either. It's going to be an out-drag. The RX-8 struggling with the bridge corner. Mazda's in trouble. They're going to know they're in trouble as well. They know how fast this Nissan is at a straight line. We're up high for the hairpin. Not going to make that one stick, so focus on the exit. Get a good exit. The Mazda slides off the corner. The Lotus has gone to the lead of the race. Again, the Mazda's going to defend. That's fine. Don't care. You can defend all you like here because we are going to, once again, do the same move. Go for the cutback. We're on the wrong side for the final corner. If it stays like this, but we should outrun the Mazda to the line anyway. We are clear of the RX-8. Don't get too much understeer through here. Definitely don't slide Nissan. The Alpine hits the wall a little bit behind. We will put the Nissan on the podium. Wonderful race again, that one. Tough work climbing through the pack. Good fun though, very good fun. Gliska incredibly unlucky with the Alpine there. Probably not the best suited car to this track though, with its much more handling focused. Lap times, we were a tenth or so off the Exige. I mean, yeah, that's we were there or thereabouts. That was good fun. I very much enjoyed that race. I like the 370Z. I'm pleased with that car. That works. Yeah, it suits my driving. Interestingly, that Lotus, that's on rally tyres, I think. So saves some PI. Saves a fair bit of PI, so that's why that's so quick down the straight. It doesn't work everywhere, but the tracks it does work at pretty well. Oh, he nearly gave me a Shelby Daytona. That would be a lovely way to finish. But yeah, I actually really like that car. That build worked exactly how I wanted it to. We had good handling in the vehicle. Not the very best, but the lack of aero meant we were very fast down the straights. We ended up having one of the fastest cars in a straight line in that one, which is always helpful. Yeah, we managed to carve our way through the field, so There we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the versus the community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, shall be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.